everyone. I hope you're going to stay on your toes today like yesterday, that you're nice and warm, having had something at the coffee break. I'm going to ask questions again. So this was an update from Europe, but we're going to actually go even beyond Europe during this. As you can see, there are postcards there. So what is a postcard? A postcard is the opportunity to hear about something nice that you wish you knew more about. And that's what we're going to do in the next few minutes. So these are all examples of things that you would have learned about if you had been attending Doctors 2.0 and You conferences, which is a very similar conference to this one. Larry Chu and I have a similar vision of where this whole space is going. So it's the Paris to Palo Alto presentation. So how many of you have been to Finland? Raise your hands. Okay, so now we're about to hear about something new and exciting from Finland. As you probably know, Letari means Band-Aid. You didn't know that. So Letari is a walk-in clinic. This is to solve a problem of where can you go without an appointment. So it's open 7 days a week. It's around 45 euros, so let's say more than $50. But what's very interesting about this clinic is that it is entirely nurse-run. And there are doctors with whom the nurse would communicate at a distance through what one could call telemedicine or by using the iPad. But the iPad has a second use, which is that it has the patient's record, and it's also used for patient education. So Denmark, who's been to Denmark? A little bit more. So you know people ride bicycles there, but that has nothing to do with this. So sundhed means health in Danish. And this is a very recent revision of a website that is the government's website. Usually government websites don't look this nice. And this is actually something that's been developed over the past 30 years. All of Denmark is really wired, all of the professionals, and all of the patient information is available on this portal. So, and not only that, all of the professional services are available through the portal. So no matter what you might need to get in the way of an appointment or contact or exchange, whether with other patients or with other professionals, you could access it and set it up or be in direct contact with the person through this portal. This has taken them many, many years. It was originally a local region that developed the first IT components of it. So everybody's been to England. Doctors.net.uk has nearly all British physicians participating in an online community. And this is, the dots are where they live, so they live all over the UK. And they do many, many different kinds of activities. We've been inviting physician communities, obviously with a name like Doctors 2.0, you have to. And around the world, all of these physician communities actually do the same things. They want to discuss with other professionals about their issues. They want easy access to education and information, and that's a really successful one. Now this one, Patient's Opinion, also in the UK, responds to something that was brought up from the very beginning by Michael Graves. It gives the opportunity to British patients, when they're checked out of the hospital, they receive an email and they're asked to tell their story. It's not a questionnaire, it's a narrative. And when they tell their story, something practical will be done with it if there is sufficient information to find out what could be improved. So it's some of the very basic things that you heard as problems yesterday are improved in the NHS. That's not saying that all of their hospitals are perfect, but certainly it is a very interesting approach developed by a former NHS physician. So it's called Patient Opinion. In Northern Ireland and Ireland, 3G Doctor enables patients for £35 to get a video interview with a physician who will see the health record that they have filled in. So this is used to have a second opinion or a first opinion, and people can come back and work with the same specialists over and over. So in the Netherlands, last year, many of you would have met a number of the Dutch presenters that came here, and some of them were by us. So Bart Brandenburg and Eric Janssen are the tweet doctors in the Netherlands. This made national TV. They announce certain hours where patients can make their requests by Twitter, sending photos, and they've been very successful with this. It's a complement to their other work. You'll be hearing this afternoon about Synapse, which is an application that includes something called Avoiding Diary. We hold a startup contest. There'll be another one in 2013, and they were our winners for 2012. So I'm not going to steal the thunder from them. They'll be telling you about that at 4:25 p.m. I love this one. It's just very simple. Lucien Engelin, how many of you know Lucien? Introduced this logo called Patients Included, which both of our conferences use, and we give a lot of opportunity to e-patients and 2.0 doctors to tell their story at our conference, and we love this logo. So in Austria, who's been to Austria? Good. So Diagnosia won a prize last year at our conference. This is an opportunity for professionals to talk with other professionals about their experience with drugs. And it is doing very well, and they have plans to have multilingual community. So in Budapest, Bercy Mesko, who many of you know is one of the most followed physician in Europe, he has developed a curation tool which we can recommend to you. You obviously must speak one of the 22 languages that are on there, and there are 36 therapeutic areas. So if you're looking to recommend to patients or to physicians resources in social media, they have been humanly chosen on Webicina. In Spain, in Barcelona, which, yes, is part of Spain, people know why I said that. So Jorge Juan developed something called the Liquid Hospital. It's a regular hospital, but because he's introduced Health 2.0, and H2O is water, so it's the Liquid Hospital, it's a leading children's hospital in Barcelona, and they have been very advanced in introducing the use of telemedicine and mobile tools. So if people are going to Spain and want to know more about this, they should contact Jorge Juan Fernandez Garcia. Oops, sorry. So, what country is this? France, thank you. You're all awake? So we've already heard a little bit about Why Things, which is also Huitings. It's a French company that was very astute to also bring this to the American market. And Why Things doesn't just have a scale, as you know, there are other high blood pressure and following babies and many more things to come, and we're very proud of the success that they have had. And I particularly love Renalou. Renalou was started by an e-patient in around 2002. She'd had a kidney transplant, a kidney from her mother, and she found no help on French websites for her condition, and she decided to create a website. It has turned into an association, and she's now running a national one-year program to make a change in kidney policy. She has obtained approval for the non-substitution of a generic drug for transplant rejection, because otherwise it would not be a satisfactory treatment, and she's hoping to modify the way kidney patients are being treated and to get more people on their way to having a kidney transplant rather than going straight into dialysis. And so it's an amazing success story, and here's her picture. She's on a national TV program, and this all began with the web in a country that isn't known for the e-patient activity. Mes Vaccins is an online electronic health record for vaccinations. This enables, and this was developed by a professor of infectiology who realized that most people do not know exactly which vaccinations they should have. It requires complex algorithms, and with a team of IT people, he's put this together. I believe that they're planning to translate it into English. And global, but coming from Europe, many of you would know the IBG Star. Maybe some of you use it, but this is a European creation to enable diabetes patients to be able to take their blood measure right on the spot with the iPhone, collect their data, and then send it where they want to send it. And in Israel, there is an organization called Clalit, which is a health maintenance organization, and I find it very interesting that when care and payment are in the hands of the same organization, and in this particular case, they come up with innovative, patient-sensitive tools and solutions. So this is a little webcam doll which enables the parents to have an interview themselves, the child, and the physician from a distance. They have nighttime pediatricians on call, and the parent also has an otoscope in order to be able to digitally communicate the state of the ear so that the pediatrician can indicate whether the patient should come in or not. Additionally, for renewal of prescription, it's entirely electronic, so the patient would communicate the fact that they need their prescription renewed. The physician has a biometric identity tool, just his finger, puts his finger on this thing, and it will automatically send the prescription to a pharmacy. The only thing that happens in real life is that the patient has to go to the pharmacy and pick up the product. And once they come home, if they've signed up for it, they can have text or email reminders about taking their drug. So we found that one pretty amazing, and it's used by 2 million people. And now for China, I'm going to teach you, and another word is DXY stands for what is written in Chinese there. Does anybody know? So lilac garden. I don't know why this, millions of healthcare professionals go to the lilac garden every day to work together. This was created by Stanley Lee, or Tian is his real name. It is 3 million healthcare professionals from China working together in a community. So it's absolutely amazing to us, and he participated in our conference. So the point of all of this is to say that in the United States, and perhaps even more so in Silicon Valley, you could become completely mesmerized by everything that's going on here and not realize that there are things that are going on elsewhere in the world. Esther Dyson mentioned that she was happy to be in a conference where there weren't just people from California and New York. So we've had people presenting from 25 countries this year, and probably will have as many again in June of 2013. We're always looking for new and exciting tools. But these tools mean nothing without the people behind them. I would not have had time to go through all of the amazing stories of the people. I insisted in particular on one patient. We have an incredibly heartwarming time listening to all of the problems and the solutions that have come up from around the world. We often have to turn away speakers because there are just so many things that are suggested, and we hope to see you all there. I'd like to know if anybody knows how many examples I presented. How well were you listening? Too bad, because you would have had a free spot at the conference. Oh well. Well, and I will conclude by saying, as you can see, my suitcase came yesterday at 9 p.m., 30 hours after I did. Thank you.